Welcome to the NetSuite Software Edition course. This lesson examines the maintenance and support models. Maintenance and support contracts are renewable items that can be offered with perpetual and term product licenses. It is important to know how these contracts are supported and managed in NetSuite. In this lesson, we examine the 4 maintenance and support models that NetSuite supports. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to differentiate between itemized and percentage of license maintenance and support contracts, list the 4 maintenance and support models that NetSuite supports, and the advantages and disadvantages of each, and describe pricing for itemized and percentage of license maintenance and support contracts. Let's begin by reviewing the differences between maintenance and support. Support is provided by the vendor and is usually a team that escalates and addresses issues raised by the customer. Maintenance usually includes support and software updates. Support is usually sold with term licenses, and maintenance is usually sold with perpetual licenses. In the perpetual model, maintenance is renewable, unlike the product license itself, and includes support and software upgrades. For the term model, both the product license and support are renewable. Note that maintenance is usually implied as part of the product license in the term model. Both are typically sold as annual fee contracts and as a percentage of the product license value. The main difference between itemized and percentage of license maintenance and support contracts is how the contract is managed. With the itemized model, independent contracts are maintained when each order is placed. With the percentage of license model, contracts are consolidated with each order placed. Let's look at each in detail. Itemized maintenance and support contracts are typically used in early-stage companies. New contracts are issued for each customer when each order is placed. You can see from the example on the slide that 3 support contracts, A, B, and C, have been purchased. The value of each contract is 25% of the total value of the products and licenses and is individually displayed on a year-to-year basis. This level of detail allows a company to view the value of each contract and its details. However, this becomes difficult to manage over time as each contract has different start and end dates. The next model addresses these challenges. Maintenance and support as a percentage of license addresses the challenges of managing multiple itemized contracts. This model is preferred by later stage companies that see the value of consolidating contracts at the time of renewal instead of maintaining them separately. Looking at the example on the slide, the support contracts A, B, and C show one accumulated value on a yearly basis. Similar to the previous example, the value of each contract is 25% of the total value of products and licenses, but is not individually displayed on a year-to-year basis. Processing contracts in this manner is efficient due to reduced record counts, and revenue forecasting is simpler and more predictable as the total value of the licenses is available in one place. The downside of this approach is that the audit trail becomes less detailed at renewal because of the consolidation. If there is a need to determine the value of each contract, this has to be done manually. Let's look at how NetSuite supports these 2 models. Both approaches that were just described in the previous slides are supported under the perpetual and term license models. The examples in the next 2 slides will illustrate each of these approaches for perpetual license and maintenance and term license and support contracts. This slide depicts the evolution of term support contracts from itemized contracts to percentage of license. Note the totals are the same regardless of which method is adopted. This slide depicts the evolution of perpetual maintenance contracts from itemized contracts to percentage of license. Note the totals are the same regardless of which method is adopted. For term support and perpetual maintenance contracts, the sooner a company adopts the maintenance as a percentage of license model, the better, as very quickly maintaining itemized contracts for each customer becomes overwhelming. Now let's examine some of the pricing considerations for maintenance and support contracts that you should be aware of. Prices can be entered as a monthly or annual rate. NetSuite converts the latter into a monthly rate on the order and stores this rate on the install base record. This applies to term licenses as well. The monthly rate approach allows the amount to bill to be related to any term in months, which provides for easier co-termination of renewals during any set of term lengths. Advanced billing is included as part of the software edition, so billing schedules can be used to invoice at any interval. If the account is configured for maintenance and support pricing as a percentage of license, then there is no need to enter a price on the sales transaction. Each amount will be automatically calculated. For maintenance and support contracts that offer a tiered structure with pricing as a percentage of license value, the percentage defined will apply to all items within a product line. The percentage is stored at the product record for the tier supported. If more licenses are sold with a different tier and percentage of license value, the product record will be updated with this new percentage and the renewal calculated using the new rate. Pricing on an itemized basis is based on a price list or manual override. Thank you for taking the Maintenance and Support Models lesson. We look forward to you joining us for more NetSuite training. Please take the other lessons related to this one and complete the evaluation. We appreciate your feedback.